Travel restrictions have recently been eased a little, and thanks to Jason Miltrup, to celebrate the situation, he's organised a ride down south to Greenbushes. 15 riders have flagged that they will be joining the ride, and some of us planned to meet at Motorrad Garage and leave with Jason, who is the manager of Motorrad Garage and a very proud KTM 790 owner.
And in here, what we have is the brand new, hot off the press, Garmin Zumo XT, the new model.
Which Jason has prepared a space for on his motorcycle and will be joining us on the ride. KTM Motorcycles was well represented with 5 790's on the ride, as was BMW with 2 1250's and 2 800's, and there was even one KTM 640. Unfortunately, trouble struck very early in the ride, with one of the BMW 1250's having a small fire on the rear brake, which was quickly extinguished with our water bottles. Unfortunately, the bike was unable to continue on the ride. We caught up with the remainder of the group in Dwellingup. Left Dwellingup and were soon on some beautiful gravel roads. Perfect conditions. We just had time for a quick regroup, and then it was time for tea. Where did the day go? Next morning there was time for a full continental breakfast, a chat, and then we headed to the local fuel station to fuel up and hit the road again.
So how do you find the Royal Enfield?
It's delightful. Rides so well. I didn't know they had such good suspension.
Are they as good as the GS BMWs?
Oh, no.
Nothing?
No, the Enfield just, wins hands down.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
And what have you heard about the Royal Enfields? They're very good, aren't they?
Yeah, apparently they are.
Yeah. There's a lot of people riding them.
Yeah, a lot of Indians.
I'll just get the...
Can you... So,
Beautiful, good
tell
to go.
me, don't you wish you owned a KTM?
Fuck, I wish I owned a KTM.
Yeah.
I do.
But I guess you've got to get by with the second best, which is the Royal Enfield, I hear.
It's my favourite, my personal favourite.
And everyone else's.
And so much power on the Royal Enfield compared to this.
Value for money, bang for your buck.
The electronics, safest bike you could ride.
Just between you and I, quite frankly, I'm surprised how many people are so interested in these Royal Enfields. I really thought they were only joking, but now I can see their true enthusiasm. Time for a quick photo opportunity. I'm heading out before everyone leaves to the bottom of the hill to try and find a good spot to set up my cameras for when they come down. And I really didn't have to wait very long. And this is a fairly unusual scene in Australia, to see motorcycles coming down from the clouds off a mountain. I guess even seeing water in the rivers is an unusual thing for Australia, but it is winter. Well, that certainly is one noisy devil. The novelty of seeing so much water and riding through it is well and truly captured on this ride. It looks like somebody has parked their family car in the wrong spot. And these guys didn't want to miss the opportunity of so much water to wash their socks, undies and even brush their teeth.
Bit of a close up, isn't it? Glad we made it. Glad we made it.
If you think the ride's not going to be enough of a challenge, you leave your ball tyre on, and it will certainly add to the degree of difficulty for you. When you find a great spot to film everybody, and you unload the cameras and set up the tripod, I've noticed that by the time you get packed up again, everyone has already ordered their lunch. By the time you eat your lunch, they've all gone. As a result of the lockdown, it appears that the animals have taken back the town. This very steep and slick hill looks almost flat from the camera's point of view. Unfortunately, Mark may have left his heated
Time for a quick photo opportunity.
Morning. Ready for another day?
Ready to go.
How many balls you got now? 10.6. Still be that one.
Unfortunately, Mark may have left his heated
And the best thing about these rides is that when you do fall down, there's lots of advice on how to pick up your bike. And a bit of help should you need it.
That's good to go?
It's been upside down.
I'll get that. Hold on. Whoa.